can see is my own silhouette. I'm getting stronger, step by step. The clock is ticking, but there's no time for regrets. I've been flying from town to town, from London to Taiwan. I've been all around the globe, trying to protect your soul. We are heroes tonight. We will fly above the sky. We are heroes tonight. Yeah. We are heroes tonight. We will fly above the sky. We are heroes tonight. Feel like a dynamite, ready to explore right up in the sky. I need you to listen, I need you to hear, and don't show any fear. I've been flying from town to town, from London to Taiwan. I've been all around the globe, trying to protect your soul. We are heroes tonight. We will fly above the sky. We are heroes tonight. Yeah. We are heroes tonight. We will fly above the sky. We are heroes tonight. Town to town, from London to Taiwan. I've been all around the globe, trying to protect your soul. I'm walking alone, the streets are empty. The only thing I can see is my own silhouette. I'm getting stronger, step by step. The clock is ticking, but there's no time for regrets. I've been flying from town to town, from London to Taiwan. I've been...
Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome back. It is the 3 o'clock focus coming your way after a rather miserable afternoon for Forest. We'll analyse a bit more about Forest against Chelsea and get into your 3 o'clock focus in just a tick.
Time for cities and towns to start dreaming again. Walking in the footsteps of giants.
Breaking news coming through, everybody. Breaking news. Breaking news. Breaking news is coming through right now. Breaking news. Breaking news is coming through right now. Breaking news coming through right now for you. Ange Postecoglou has been sacked by Nottingham Forest. Breaking news coming through right now. Ange Postecoglou has been sacked by Nottingham Forest. Just coming through right now. Ange Postecoglou has been sacked by Nottingham Forest. Right. Well, that really had some spice. There's something right. Hello, everybody, folks, and welcome back aboard to Realltom Football. My name is Tom. I'll bring you the watch-along this afternoon for all the 3 o'clock Premier League kickoffs live in the Premier League. If you do watch the replay, please do make sure that you are leaving a like on stream. Hit the subscribe button if you are new. Thank you very much indeed, folks. Everybody who is here today. Any kickoffs are coming your way. At 3 o'clock, we've got 5 3 o'clock kickoffs to look over today, and we'll get into them in just a moment's time. But I want to go back to that breaking news because it corresponds nicely with that Forest defeat, doesn't it? I mean, oh, man. I mean, honestly, I'm not surprised. I am not surprised. Where's my breaking news? There. No, that's not my breaking news. Where is my breaking news? Shit, I've lost the banner. I've lost the banner. Oh, no. I wish I could find it. Hang on. Just take a minute, Tom. Breathe. You'll find it. There it is. Right. So breaking news, yes. Ange Postecoglou has been sacked by Nottingham Forest. Yeah, Forest. I was saying it throughout that stream. It's got to happen. It's got to happen because I don't like seeing Forest like that. I mean, it's really making me down watching Forest. I don't like it. I don't like seeing them that way. So, I mean, look, Chelsea second half were fantastic. I mean, Chelsea did it all the right things second half to win the game. But that is just so poor from Forest, really. And it's the correct decision by Marinakis to go and sack him. Marinakis left his seat on the hour mark, and I think that might have been the sacking of him. Probably not. Probably not. Yes, well, I mean, look, it's the right thing to do I mean, Marinakis has done the right thing. Marinakis has done the right thing this time. This is a good sacking from Forest. The other one wasn't a good sacking, but this is a good move by. Well, I mean, it had to happen. And Michael Dawson's going to give his opinion now. Eight games, yeah, there you go. Dawson's just said it, 8 games. No wins. Fair enough. There's no green on that. Lost to Arsenal, 3-0. 3-2 against Swansea. 1-1. Burnley, 1-1 Betis, 1-0 home defeat to Sunderland, losing to Midland. Had to happen. So, yes, once again, people, Ange Postecoglou sacked by Nottingham Forest. PC died. See, okay, nice. Right, folks, we need to get on. So let's go into PremierLeague.com, where we can take a look at some of the team news and the league table impacts in the 3 o'clock focus. Here we go. Let's get this show on the road. Ange Postecoglou, though, sacked by Nottingham Forest. Okay, let's take a look at that league table then, where Chelsea now sit in 4th, just 2 points behind Arsenal, 1 point behind Liverpool. After a 3-0 victory, they move on to a +7 goal difference, and it's a good result for Chelsea. Now we must move into what happens though for Brighton if they can beat Newcastle today. Well, they are outside the top 10. They're level on points with Newcastle. They can move on to 10 points. They will withdraw. Their 0 goal difference will see them move level on points with Manchester United. And because of Manchester United's -2 goal difference, they will go into 10th Brighton. So they can go to within the top 10, which is the point. But they'll want 3 points. And if they do get 3 points, that would put them on to 12 points, a level on points of Crystal Palace. Now, depending on Crystal Palace's result, Brighton would need to score 5 to surpass Palace's goal difference. For Newcastle, they are on 9 points. Also, again, their +1 goal difference would put them onto 10 points. Again, above Manchester United by goal difference. And as well, they could move on to 12 points. Again, level on points with Palace. And again, goal difference would be the deciding matter. Let's move on to Burnley against Leeds United, where Burnley have dropped into the relegation zone despite having a better goal difference than Nottingham Forest. It's a 1-point difference. Can Burnley get something against Leeds to move themselves potentially up to, well, let's see, they could move on to 17th level on points with Forest, but above them on goal difference if they get a draw. But 3 points of Burnley would move them on to 7 points. That would put them above Brentford. No, it put them level on points with Brentford into 17th and 2 points clear of Forest. Leeds United are on 8 points. They're at level on points with Fulham. We'll talk about Fulham later in the day, but they can move on to 9 points with a draw. That would put them level on points with Aston Villa, and dependent on the results of Brighton and Newcastle, but goal difference would see them only be able to move as high as 14th, so 1 place. But of course, if Leeds can get a nice thumping victory over Burnley today, they might, just might, be able to surpass Villa's goal difference. And the 3 points for Leeds United would move them on to 11 points. That could move them as high as Everton in 8th, and by goal difference, they would be just behind, and it all depends on Sunderland and Everton's results today as well. Let's move on to Palace against Bournemouth. Crystal Palace, high flying, are they not? They're on a +4 goal difference in a minute. They're on 12 points. A singular point would move them level on points with City. They'd be a level on points with them, but behind on goal difference. But if they get the 3 points, dependent on the result of City against Everton, they can move on to 15 points. That would put them level on points with Liverpool and into second by goal difference. They would actually be able to go above Liverpool. So Palace could end the day in second. Of course, it depends on the result of Manchester City, who today can move level on points with us. If... Oh. AFC Bournemouth are in 5th at the minute. They can move on to 15 points with a draw, with their goal difference only being +3. They would actually stay behind Liverpool, but if they can get all 3 points, Bournemouth, they'd move on to 17 points, and they would go top of the Premier League table. No further questions asked. Shit. Shit. Man City against Everton. Manchester City can move on to 16 points with a win and 14 points with a draw. And their goal difference is definitely high enough for us to not need to talk about it. Everton in 8th, and they can move on to 12 points with a draw. That would put them level on points with Palace, dependent on their result against AFC Bournemouth. And by goal difference, they would just be behind Palace at the minute. But if they can get all 3 points, Everton, 14 points, and they would be able to move potentially into the top 4. Last but not least, it's Sunderland against Wolves. And Sunderland are high-flying as well. They're in 9th at the minute. They did have a defeat to Manchester United going into the international break, but they can move on to 12 points also with a draw. Goal difference would see them behind Palace, and it all depends on Palace's result anyway. Of course, in fact, no, sorry, they'd be level on points with, no, I was right. 14 points if they can get the win, plus 1 goal difference. Yeah, they need to score 3 or 4. So, once again then, folks, Brighton and Albion against Newcastle, Burnley against Leeds, Palace, Bournemouth, Man City, Everton, Sunderland, Wolves are your 5 3:00 kickoffs on the 3:00 focus. We are fast approaching kickoffs. And we are nearly ready to go. Like I said, we're nearly ready to go for the 3:00 kickoffs in the Premier League. So, folks, without further ado, we're going to sit back, we're going to chillax, and 4 minutes' time, we'll get going through all the results for you. We'll sift through them from all the way from all the leagues. And the Super 6 predictions today for me are Crystal Palace to beat Bournemouth by 2-1. Is the first, Jamesy. I'm sorry to say that. Manchester City 1-0 against Everton. I've got Manchester City 1, Everton 0. I've got 0-0 for Brighton, Newcastle. 2-0 Arsenal. 4-1 to Tottenham against Villa tomorrow. And 2-2 for Liverpool, Manchester United. So, folks, don't forget to let us know down on that poll. I do apologise, by the way, to any Sunderland or Wolves fans that are offended that they are not featured on my poll. However, I did not have enough room to get Sunderland Wolves on the poll. But let us know which match you're looking forward to the most via the poll. And right now, it is 50%. Crystal Palace Bournemouth is the most favoured match to be watched. Nobody is excited for Burnley against Leeds United. Well, Wolves going into a good form, by the way. I'm silent. I'm definitely not silent. Just a reminder, folks, ahead of all Premier League 3:00 kickoffs and kickoffs over the course of this weekend, players will be taking the knee ahead of kickoff in support of the No Room for Racism campaign, as this is a No Room for Racism Premier League weekend. So, folks, just a reminder that if you do see, hear, or encounter upon any form of racial discrimination, please do challenge it, report it, so that we can change it. That is the message sent out by the players every time they take the knee. So, yes, there is. So, yeah, no room for racism, like I said, and players will be taking the knee ahead of kickoff. Unless they choose not to. And players do have the right to not take the knee, but yeah. Okay, folks, let's get the scoreboards at the ready for you, because we are just about to hit 3:00 when all the games start to kick off. And that is the time where the scores start getting read out and all that usual stuff. So any minute now, your 3:00 focus will be well and truly underway, and all the 3:00 kickoffs will be underway as well. Just waiting now for 3:00. 10th wait. There we go. It's 3:00, and the 3:00 focus is off and running. The kickoffs are just about to start commencing now in the Premier League. Away we go for the 3 o'clock focus on this Saturday the 18th of August, Saturday the 18th of October. Still awaiting them to be kicking off. None have kicked off yet. Have any kicked off yet? Nope. None of them are kicked off yet. Right, here we go. Man City Everton's kicked off. Right, we've got the kick-off. Right, Man City Everton has kicked off. Brighton Newcastle has kicked off. Just waiting on Burnley Leeds, Palace Bournemouth, and Sunderland Wolves to kick off now, and they'll be all set. Yeah, kickoffs have commenced at the Amex and the Etihad for the Brighton Newcastle game and the Man City Everton game. Just waiting on kickoffs to commence at Turf Moor, Selhurst Park, and the Stadium of Light. Kickoff has commenced at Selhurst Park. They're off and running there. Just waiting on the other two to kick off. There we go. Kick off at the Stadium of Light. Just waiting on Turf Moor. All games in the second minute, all bar the Palace Bournemouth game. Still awaiting kick-off at Turf Moor between Burnley and Leeds United. 3:15 today, big game. Barcelona against Getafe in La Liga. Al Ettifaq against Al Ittihad. 3:45 kick-off today. 5 o'clock, Torino against Napoli in the Serie A. And of course, we'll delve through it all in a moment's time. But folks, we are still waiting on kick-off at Turf Moor. Meanwhile, let's just move away from that. They'll get kicked off at Turf Moor shortly. And let's go and have a look into the German Bundesliga, where games are all underway in 2:30 kickoffs. Heidenheim 0, Bremen 0, Köln 0, Augsburg 0, Mainz 5-0, Bayer Leverkusen 2, Bayer Leverkusen 2-0 up before the break. Leipzig 0, HSV 0, Wolfsburg 0, Stuttgart 0, and a massive game today between Borussia Dortmund and Bayern Munich at the Allianz Arena. It will be a terrific watch. That if you do watch the German Bundesliga and you don't want to watch from Arsenal, it'll be live on Sky Sports for you later in the day. Bayern Munich against Borussia Dortmund. French Liga, 4 o'clock kickoff for Nice against Lyon, 5 o'clock local time, 7 o'clock local time, 6 o'clock our time, Angers against AS Monaco, and then 9:05 local time, France, and 8:05 our time, Marseille against Le Havre are your 3 French Liga options. In Scotland, Hibs are playing Livingston at 3 o'clock. Motherwell against Falkirk. Rangers are against Dundee United. And St Mirren take on Aberdeen. Kilmarnock against Hearts is the later kickoff at 5:45. Any goals in the Premier League yet? No is the answer to that question. We'll move down then and have a little look down into the Championship, where I can tell you that today's results have seen Oxford United beat Derby County by 1-0. That's opening goal in the 24th minute from Stanley Mills got Oxford United the win over Derby County. Finished 1-0 Oxford United. Queen's Park Rangers got one back in the 85th minute through Rumaan Burrell, but it finished Queen's Park Rangers 1, Millwall 2 in the London derby at Metrod Loftus Road. Southampton and Swansea in a stalemate at St Mary's played out a 0-0 draw. And the rest of the games right now: Birmingham City 0, Hull City 0, Charlton Athletic 0, Sheffield Wednesday 0. Coventry City 0, Blackburn Rovers 0, Norwich City at Carrow Road against Bristol City 0-0 at the minute. No goals in the Championship. Sheffield United at Bramall Lane against Watford. Stoke City at the Bet365 against Wrexham, and at the Hawthorns, Preston North End come to visit West Bromwich Albion. And there is a later kickoff in the Championship as well at 7:45. Leicester City against Portsmouth. Down to League One, where we can see that in the 12:30 kickoffs, it was a 1-0 win for 10-man Peterborough United over Burton Albion. Archie Collins got that winning goal for Peterborough United against Burton Albion. Peterborough also down to 10 men. So big win for Peterborough against Burton Albion. Lincoln City getting a 1-0 win over Stevenage. Robert Street got that winning goal for them. 69 minutes on the clock. Job done for them. There is a advertised delay for Stockport County against Exeter City in League One as well. The kickoff has not commenced there yet. Blackpool are playing Wickham. Bradford against Barnsley. Cardiff City taking on Reading. Doncaster against Northampton. Luton Town at the Kenny against Mansfield. Home Park sees Argyle against Wimbledon. Rotherham United against Leyton Orient, and Wigan Athletic taking on Port Vale. And then down to League Two, where Cambridge United beat Bromley 2-1 earlier in the day, with Shane Lavery, Kylian Kouassi on the score sheet for Cambridge. Goal back from Bromley came on the 50th minute, and no more after that. Michael Cheek, 2-1 it finished Cambridge United. Salford City beating 10-man Oldham Athletic 1-0. Daniel Udo's goal was enough to get Salford City all 3 points. And that will be one happy Gary Neville. Then you've got Accrington Stanley against Swindon Town. Barnet against Notts County. Bristol Rovers against Tranmere. SMH Group Stadium for Chesterfield against Fleetwood. Hang on a minute. Goal for Fleetwood. It's the first of the day in League Two. And there's also a goal coming for Harrogate as well. We'll check on that in a minute. But goal for Fleetwood. We'll check on that Harrogate goal as well quickly against Colchester United, where Stephen Duke McKenna got the opener for them. But Fleetwood have scored at the SMH Group Stadium, and it's Chesterfield 0, Fleetwood Town 1. There hasn't been a third goal in League Two. Just waiting on the goal scorer confirmation. Meanwhile, Grimsby are taking on Gillingham. MK Dons against Crewe Alexandra. Newport County against Cheltenham. Shrewsbury against Crawley, and Walsall are against Barrow. There you go, Will Davis with your goal for Fleetwood on 7 minutes. Chesterfield 0, Fleetwood 1. No goals yet in League One. No goals yet in League One. No goals yet in the Championship 3 o'clock kickoffs. Back up to the Premier League, where I can tell you there has been no goal. Yes. There has been a goal, and Ellie Junior Krupi has put Bournemouth ahead against Crystal Palace. Big moment. There has been a goal, and it's for Bournemouth at Selhurst Park. Crystal Palace 0, Bournemouth 1. Ellie Junior Krupi with Bournemouth's goal. There you go. Opening goal of the 3 o'clock kickoffs. And Ellie Krupi, 1-0 Bournemouth at Selhurst Park. There you go. Opening goal then of the Premier League 3 o'clock focus for Bournemouth. And Max has arrived. Welcome to Max. How are you doing? Good to see you and welcome aboard. Right, back down to the other 3 o'clock kickoffs. We'll have a look at the Championship for you once again. Any check, though, on the Bundesliga. Has there been a goal? Yes, there has. One back for Mainz 05. 2-1 to Bayer Leverkusen remains going into half-time. And Stuttgart have taken the lead against Wolfsburg as well through Thiago Thomas on 35 minutes. Fraser's shouting goal Sunderland. It would be an early one. We'll check. And goal Sunderland indeed, says Fraser. And SofaScore says it as well. Wrong game. There we go. Sunderland 1, Wolverhampton Wanderers 0. Waiting for the confirmation of the goal scorer. And, of course, to make sure the goal stands. But are Sunderland 1-0 ahead against Wolves? So, goal for Sunderland then. We're just finding out who the goal scorer is. Still waiting, still waiting, still waiting, still waiting. And, well, there is a goal for Sunderland. There is a VAR check in progress on the goal. And I think the goal's been disallowed. We're just going to make sure that we get the confirmation. So, yes, no, it's a no goal, guys. No goal for Sunderland. No goal. No goal. It's no goal for Sunderland. On we go. Any goals? Yes, Hibernian are ahead against Livingston. They lead 1-0. Who scored for Hibs then? Meanwhile, all 0-0 all the rest. But Hibernian 1, Livingston 0. Scottish Premiership. And the Hibs goal scorer will get the confirmation in a moment. Let's just go down to the Championship check, see if we've got any score updates for you. Yes, we have. At St Andrews, where Hull City have taken the lead. We'll get back to that Hibs game in a moment, but Hull City have taken the lead against Birmingham City. Who is the Hull City goal scorer? We will find out for you momentarily. And that is the first goal of the Championship 3 o'clock kickoffs. Waiting on the Hull City goal scorer confirmation. Meanwhile, Bradford City 1-0 up against Barnsley. Let's check and see who scored for Bradford City. It is Antony Skarcevic with the goal. It came 3 minutes ago on 9 minutes. 1-0 Bradford City against Barnsley. 1-0 to Argyle at Home Park through Laurent Tallage with the 6-minute opening goal against AFC Wimbledon. Still delayed against between Stockport County and Exeter. So no kickoff yet at Stockport. And then down to League 2, where Accrington Stanley leads Swindon Town. It's 1-0. Paddy Madden with the 8-minute opener. 1-0 Swindon Town at Accrington Stanley. Chesterfield still 1-0 back against Fleetwood Town. Colchester still 1-0 back against Harrogate. And all the rest, 0-0. And got a shout for a second Sunderland goal. Will this one stand is the question. Well, we're going to find out in just a moment. It's Max with the shout. It's Max with the shout. It's Max with the shout. We're waiting to see if Soccer Saturday will give us an indication or Sober Score will give us an indication. We still haven't had the official confirmation yet. I'm going to pin that game to my screen, though, and see if the score changes. And we'll go back down again. Any more goals in the Scottish Premiership? The answer to that question is no. There is no update on the Sunderland game as of yet. Even though there was a shout. Ruled out again. Any more goals in the Championship? No, but the Hull City goal scorer has still, it has been confirmed now by SofaScore, and Jack Robinson scored an own goal, and it's 1-0 Hull City at St Andrews. Oh, I've heard a big shout, and oh no. Somebody's hit the post in the Man City Everton game. Paul Merson's just screamed. Meanwhile, in League One, goal updates are few and far between at the minute. League 2, have we got anything to report on? The answer remains no. So in the Premier League, just the one goal, and it was for Bournemouth. Crystal Palace 0. Bournemouth 1, but all the rest. Brighton 0, Newcastle 0. Burnley 0, Leeds United 0. Manchester City 0, Everton 0. Sunderland 0, Wolves 0. And in that big game between Coventry and Blackburn, which of course decides the fate of Middlesbrough at the top of the league in the Championship, 0-0 so far. Lincoln did win. They won 1-0 against Charlie's beloved Stevenage. Arsenal to win. Absolutely, Ashik. Yes, bang on. Kick-off, 5:30 at Craven Cottage for Arsenal. Any goals in the Scottish Premiership? Still no. Let's take a check on the Championship. We're going to keep scrolling down for you. Any goals? The answer's no. What about League One? What about League One? Have you got anything for me? Have you got anything for me? No, you haven't. So we'll move on to League Two. And there's been an equaliser for Colchester United against Harrogate Town. 1-1. Colchester United have scored an equaliser. And it's Harry Anderson with the 14th minute goal to put Colchester United level. All square. Colchester United 1. Harrogate Town 1. And all the rest, still the same. Something's flashing, something's flashing. It's the half-time whistle at Wolfsburg, but there's also been a goal for RB Leipzig against HSV, and Christoph Baumgartner has got the opener for RB Leipzig. 1-0 going into the break. And this time Sunderland has scored. Max has shouted for the second time in a row. Who is the Sunderland goal scorer? Will it stand this time? They've had the ball in the back of the net 3 times, Sunderland. And Nordi Mukiele has put Sunderland ahead. 1-0 Sunderland. Good Lord, finally. And they lead. Fraser's happy despite the fact he lives in Newcastle to hear that the Mackhams have scored. Newcastle on a long old trip today away to Brighton at a 3 o'clock kickoff. All the rest are still goalless then. Manchester City 0, Everton 0. Everton have hit the post 3 times now, but still no goal yet. Serie A, no goals between Lecce and Sassuolo or Pisa and Verona. La Liga, Barcelona and Girona kicked off in that 3:15 kickoff. Final score, Sevilla-Mallorca was a 3-1 win for Mallorca away to Sevilla. A 3-1 by Leverkusen in the German Bundesliga going into half-time there. Bayer Leverkusen 3-1 up. Penalty from, no, not penalty, just a goal for open play from Alejandro Grimaldo. 3-1 by Leverkusen. Into the Scottish Premiership. Any goals? Yes, Motherwell 1, Falkirk 0. Ibrahim Said has scored that goal, but there is the VAR flashing logo on that match. The goal may be disallowed, but meanwhile, we'll go down to the Championship to see what's been happening in the EFL. And I've got a goal for you as well. We'll check back on that Motherwell score in a bit, but Charlton Athletic 1, Sheffield Wednesday 0. Sonny Carey has got the opener for Charlton Athletic, who leads Sheffield Wednesday. All the rest 0-0. And, of course, Hull ahead. League One, then. On we go. Still Bradford 1, Barnsley 0. Still Plymouth 1, Wimbledon 0. And all the rest, still the same. League 2, still Accrington 1, Swindon 0, still 1-0 Fleetwood away to Chesterfield at the SMH Group Stadium, still 1-1 between Colchester United and Harrogate Town, and all the rest exactly the same. Let's head back up to the Motherwell game where we might have had a goal disallowed, or was there a goal for Motherwell? The check has been complete. The goal has been ruled out. Motherwell still 0-0 against Falkirk. Premier League then, it's still 1-0 to Bournemouth, 1-0 to Sunderland, and all the rest are goalless at the moment. We'll take one more quick scroll because Soccer Saturday are probably going to go to adverts in a minute. And Olympiakos, Evangelos Marinakis' other team, are ahead against AEL in the Greece Stockseaman Super League. But let's have one final scroll through the EFL and the Scottish Premiership before we take a quick break at the same time Soccer Saturday do. Right, still all the same in the Championship, German Bundesliga. All the same. Half time as well. League 1, any goal updates for you? The answer is still no, all the same. League 2, goal coming in. Newport County have conceded. It is 1-0 to Cheltenham, and hang on a minute, goal from Colchester United as well. 2 goals coming in. Newport County came first. Luke Young's got the opener, and Cheltenham 1-0 up away to Newport County. Colchester United have taken the lead against Harrogate Town. And Harry Anderson has got his second of the day. 2 in 6 minutes for Harry Anderson, who now sits on a hat-trick. Colchester United 2, Harrogate Town 1. Any updates in the Premier League? Yes. Burnley have taken the lead. And to be fair with you, I'm not surprised. Leslie Ugochukwu has scored for Burnley, who lead now 1-0. Against Leeds United. Burnley 1, Leeds United 0. There you go. There's that goal flash for you. Third goal in the Premier League. 3 sides 1-0 up. Only 2 games left at 0-0. Burnley 1, Leeds United 0. Sunderland 1, Wolves 0. Crystal Palace 0. Bournemouth 1. All the rest waiting goals. And Soccer Saturday are taking an advert break, so it gives me a chance to rest my voice. And it gives me it gives the football a good chance to really mix up, if you know what I mean, as well. Goal! No. The Man City game flashed. Oh, Total Score, don't do that to me. The Man City game flashed. Yeah, I think it was, the Man City game flashed on SofaScore. Do make sure we are smashing a like on the stream, people. Only 2 likes a minute. I want to get to at least 5 likes on the stream. Big up to you all. Smash that subscribe button. Smash that like button. Share channel with your friends. And let us know via the poll which game you're most excited about on this 3 o'clock focus. Still no goals in the Premier League. We are just going to be sitting on the Premier League for a moment now while Soccer Saturday take their advert break. When they come back, Soccer Saturday, we will restart of reading out all the scores for you. Of course, the Premier League is the main focus of the 3 o'clock focus. So, we must make sure that we do not miss any Premier League goals because that would be very, very bad. And I wonder if Crystal Palace are getting any closer to finding their way back into the game against Bournemouth. I'm sure we'll get an equaliser sooner rather than later. It was a very early goal from Bournemouth. Still no goals in the Premier League, and the ad break is about 20 seconds from being over. And the advertisement reminding us that Liverpool against Manchester United is the headline game of the weekend and the headline game tomorrow. You can join us for that one on the Watchalong from 4:30 kickoff. And it sure was a very entertaining game at Anfield last time between these two, and so nearly did Manchester United get all 3 points at Anfield. The coverage will start from 4:15. Liverpool against Manchester United is a 4:30 kickoff. Right, Soccer Saturday are back. So we are back to reading out scores down to Italy in the Serie A, where there has been no goal updates in the two games that are live right now between Lecce and Sassuolo, and Pisa against Verona. Barcelona not quite there to a goal yet against Girona. 11 minutes on the clock in that 3:15 kickoff. Any goals in the German Bundesliga? No, they're all at half-time. So on we go into the EFL Championship. But first, any goal updates in the Scottish Premiership, and Falkirk have conceded this time. Motherwell have their goal, had one disallowed by VAR earlier, but now Motherwell lead, and Tawanda Mas Heis has got the goal for Motherwell, who lead 1-0 against Falkirk. EFL Championship, any goals? No, still 1-0 Hull, still 1-0 Charlton, all the rest goalless. And it's good news for Middlesbrough because Coventry haven't scored yet. Let's have a look into League 2. League 1, where there's been an equaliser for Barnsley against Bradford City. Ray's Cleary, 24 minutes on the clock. Bradford 1, Barnsley 1. Still 1-0 Argyle, all the rest goalless. And then we've got Chesterfield have equalised against Fleetwood Town, 1-1. And in response to Will Davis' opener, Dylan Markanday has got the equaliser. It is Chesterfield 1, Fleetwood Town 1 at the SMH Group Stadium. Colchester United still leading Harrogate Town by 2-1. They're coming back from 1-0 down. MK Dons lead Crewe Alexandra by a singular 0-0. Will Collar with the opener for MK Dons. Newport County still 1-0 back against Cheltenham, and all the rest yet to have a goal. Just keeping an eye on the Premier League, of course, as always. Still no goals in the Championship other than the two that we've already mentioned. Second goal for somebody. And Birmingham just have equalised. They are level. It is 1-1. Birmingham City is at Andrews level against Hull City. Who has scored that equaliser then for Brum? It's Jay Stansfield. We know that name. Jay Stansfield has got Birmingham's equaliser. 1-1 at St Andrews. Any updates coming from the Premier League? The answer still is no. Let's go down into League 1 once again. Meanwhile, we'll scroll past, of course, the Scottish Premiership on our way. No goals yet. There has been no changes in League 1, but what about League 2? I'm looking. Nope, no changes. And this is a good chance for me to go and check in the Van Rama National League as well. So let's go down to the Van Rama National League and see what is going on for the sides looking to break into the EFL at the end of this season. So, your National League scores, I'm going to read through them now. Earlier in the day, Solihull Moors beating Braintree 2-0, Aldershot 0, Tamworth 0, Altrincham 0, Woking 1, East Boreham 0, Eastleigh 0, and so the score has refreshed itself. Okay, we'll get back to that now. Right, there we go. Sorry, folks. Right, Boreham 0, Eastleigh 0, Boston 0, Scunthorpe 0, Brackley 10-man and 0-0 against Gateshead. Don't know how long that'll last. Morecambe 0, Southend United 1. Rochdale leading Yeovil by 1-0. Truro 0, Halifax 0, York 2, Wealdstone 0, and then there are 2 games at 5:30. Carlisle United against Forest Green Rovers and Sutton against Hartlepool later in the day. Let's scroll back up slowly to the Premier League. We'll take a look at League 2, where there has been no changes to the scorelines yet. What about League 1? Has there been some sort of change? The answer remains no. What about the Championship? Has there been a change? The answer is no again. Scottish Premiership, there has been a goal. All but one of the 4 home sides leading. Rangers have a goal and Ibrox has some joy. Rangers are leading Dundee United by 1-0. Fellow Asgard with the opener for Rangers, who lead Dundee United by 1-0. Still 0-0 between St Mirren and Aberdeen. All the rest. No, not all the rest. I've read them all out. Ignore me. La Liga, Barcelona are ahead against Girona. Pedri with the opener, 13 minutes on the clock when he scored. And Barcelona 1, Girona 0. Still half-time in all of the games in the Bundesliga. I just heard an don't know if that means a goal. Does it mean a goal? No, it doesn't. In the Premier League. We'll go back down again. Oh, Merson's shouting. Paul Merson's. Yeah, well. Championship, still no goal updates coming for you that we haven't already told you about. Let's take a look into League 1, where there might be a goal for Walsall, or in League 2, one of the two. No score updates, by the way, in League 1, so we'll take a look. Down in League 2, it is Walsall who's being talked about, and they have conceded an opening goal. It's to Barrow, and Elliot Newby has hit the back of the net for Barrow, who lead now 1-0 at the Pallet Track, Bescott Stadium. And Luton have got a penalty. And it has been saved by Mansfield Town's goalkeeper. So at Kenilworth Road, we were just seeing Rob Jones reporting on a penalty for Sky. And Luton have failed to convert their penalty. So Luton still 0-0. Good. Well, sounds like a good penalty save anyway. There's not been that many goals, people. There's not been that many. It's been a quiet day in the Premier League so far in the first halves. Nothing between Brighton and Newcastle. Burnley still 1-0 up against Leeds. Palace are knocking on the door from what I'm being told, but still 1-0 down against Bournemouth. Sunderland holding that lead against Wolves, but they'll be surely looking for another one, and I'm sure they'll get one at some point. Manchester City still 0-0 against Everton. Oh, let's go back down again then. In the Bundesliga, we have had all the games but the Leverkusen game kick back off. Scores are on the doors for you. Mainz 5-0. 1 Bayer Leverkusen 3, RB Leipzig 1, HSV 0 and Wolfsburg 0, Stuttgart 1. Scottish Premiership, nothing happening. I did update all the score. Yeah, I did. Championship, anything, no. Still, Birmingham City 1, Hull City 1. Oh, yeah, no, that's fine. Charlton 1, Sheffield Wednesday 0. Oh, goal. Stoke City, Bet365 Stadium, and it's Stoke who are in the lead. Who scored then for Stoke? I'm awaiting the goal scorer confirmation. I've got time. Whilst we wait for that goal scorer confirmation, let's have a look through League One. And there has been a goal for Doncaster. We'll take a check in a moment if we don't get the goal scorer confirmation from Stoke. In fact, we're going to do that now. Doncaster 1-0 up against Northampton. Ben Close with the opener for Doncaster, who lead 1-0. League 2, Bristol Rovers 0, Tranmere 1. Who scored for Tranmere then? Let's take a check. Nathan Smith, 33 minutes with the opener. MK Dons still 1-0 up against Crewe, and Barrow still 1-0 up. Yeah, no changes other than that one scoreline in League 2. What about League 1 again? Nope. Let's head back up to that Bet365 Stadium where we can see who scored for Stoke, hopefully. The goal scorer was Sorba Thomas on 36 minutes. Stoke 1, Wrexham 0. Back up to the Bundesliga and the Premier League. Oh, equaliser for Girona against Barcelona. And Axel Witsel, only 7 minutes after going 1-0 down, Girona have equalised against Barcelona. All square in La Liga. Barcelona 1, Girona 1. And there's still no goal alerts on the Premier League. We are desperate for goals. But still 0-0 at the Etihad. Still 0-0 at the Amex. Still 1-0 at Turf Moor to Burnley. Still 1-0 to Bournemouth at Selhurst Park. And still only 1-0 for Sunderland against Wolves at the Stadium of Light. Oh dear. 2-0 Bournemouth. 2-0 Bournemouth. Oh dear. That is, that's bad. That's really bad. Because Bournemouth have scored a second for Palace. Well, I mean, I can't believe it. Unbelievable scenes. Crystal Palace 0, Bournemouth 0. Ellie Junior Krupi has scored again. "2-0 Bournemouth. Would you believe it?" I think there's an assist from Antoine Semenyo as well. So 2-0 Bournemouth. The latest score. First team to go 2-0 up in the Premier League. Reading have scored. We're finding out that Reading have scored. I've just been told by Simon Thomas in my ear hole. So let's see who scored for Reading right after we've checked the Championship really quickly. Any goals? Yes. Yes. And it's for West Bromwich Albion at the Hawthorns, who lead Preston North End by 1. Goal to nil, Michael Johnston with the opener for West Brom, who lead 1-0 against Preston North End. Very quickly, we'll check on that Reading goal before we go back up to the Premier League, because they have gone to adverts on Soccer Saturday. And yes, away to Cardiff, do Reading now lead. Lewis Wing with the opener for Reading. Cardiff City 0, Reading 1. And in the game that was delayed, Stockport County leading 1-0 against Exeter through Nathan Lowe. Right, back up to the Premier League whilst this advert break takes place on Gillette Soccer Saturday on Sky Sports. And goal for Brighton. Danny Welbeck has got the opener for them. 41 minutes on the clock. Danny Welbeck makes it 1-0 Brighton against Newcastle. And the only game that remains goalless now is the Etihad game between Manchester City and Everton. Right, we'll keep an eye on any of on all the games now. We'll just make sure that we don't miss a goal. So the latest goal coming from Brighton, but no further in the Premier League yet. As soon as the Soccer Saturday get back from adverts, we will restart our reading out of the scores for you. Still having a look. Right, Soccer Saturday are back. Let's get back to reading out those scores for you. In the German Bundesliga then, 55 minutes, Heidenheim 0, Bremen 1. And opening goal from Marco Gruhl on 50 minutes. And Bremen ahead against Heidenheim. Köln 0, Augsburg 1. Fabian Rieder with a penalty in the 54th minute. 1-0 to Augsburg. Still 3-1 Leverkusen. Leipzig 2. HSV 1. Albert Sambi Lakonga scored an equaliser on 48 minutes. And then 2 minutes later, Christoph Baumgartner got his second of the day to put Leipzig straight back ahead. So Leipzig 2, HSV 1. And still 1-0 Stuttgart away to Wolfsburg. Scottish Premiership, any changes to the scores? No. EFL Championship. No changes to the scores. at all. And they're all approaching half-time. We are approaching half-time in most of the games now. League One, let's have a look. Blackpool are 1-0 up against Wycombe. Who scored for Blackpool? We'll get back to that in a minute whilst we wait for SofaScore to make his mind up who scored. Bradford still 1-1 against Barnsley. Cardiff City 0, Reading 1. Doncaster 1, Northampton 0. Luton had a penalty. They could have gone 1-0 up themselves, but instead they've gone 1-0 down to Mansfield. Reece Oates with the opener for Mansfield. Plymouth Argyle still leading 1-0 against AFC Wimbledon. Stockport County still 1 up against Exeter City. Let's go back to Blackpool's game and find out who scored for them. It was Ashley Fletcher on 45 minutes, and Blackpool 1, Wycombe Wanderers 0. League Two, there's been a red card for Swindon, and we'll find out for you who's been sent off. Let's have a little look. It's Ollie Clark has been sent off for Swindon. So Accrington Stanley, a goal up and a man up. Still Bristol Rovers 0, Tranmere 1. Still 1-1 between Chesterfield and Fleetwood. Still Colchester lead. MK Dons have doubled their lead against Crewe Alexandra. And Alex Gilby got that second goal for them. Newport still 1-0 down against Cheltenham. And Walsall 0, Barrow 1 remains the score. EFL Championship, anything to report on? No, not at the minute. So let's go back up to the Premier League as we start to approach half-time. So any updates in the Premier League? Still no. Yeah, we're approaching half-time now. In the large majority of the games. Charlton have doubled their lead against Sheffield Wednesday, and Reece Burke has scored on 45+1 to make it Charlton Athletic 2, Sheffield Wednesday 0. Going into half-time, good scoreline for Charlton. Half-time in all the games are goalless, and as well West Brom against Preston and Stoke against Wrexham. Back down to League One. Have we got you all up to date? No, we haven't, because Argyle have conceded an equaliser, and Omar Bougiel has scored a 44th-minute equaliser for AFC Wimbledon. That is a big blow for Argyle at home park. Wigan Athletic have gone down to 10 men against Port Vale at home. And the man sent off for you was Dara Costello. League Two, Accrington still 1-0 up against Swindon. Colchester now 3-1 up against Harrogate. And it's a hat-trick for Harry Anderson, who's got his third goal on 45+2. It's a first-half hat-trick for Harry Anderson. And it's Colchester United 3, Harrogate Town 1. And nonetheless, I am shocked by that Bournemouth score, you know. Half-time in Burnley, Leeds, Palace, Bournemouth, Man City, Everton, which is waiting the half-time whistles for Sunderland against Wolves and the Brighton game as well. Once all the half-time whistles hit, we will take a little bit of a break. Half-time at the Stadium of Light, so all that's left in the Premier League is Brighton 1, Newcastle 0. 5 minutes added on, just about to hit half-time, you would think. Oh, Hull have retaken their lead. Hull have retaken the lead. I will get round to who scored that one in a moment, but we are just seeing out the Brighton-Newcastle game, which is about to hit half-time, you would think. Still not half-time yet. I'm still waiting for the half-time whistle. I'm still waiting patiently, people. I'm waiting very patiently, you know. This is a game that requires patience and still going at the Amex. Still going at the Amex. Every other game is at half-time. And there's the half-time whistle at the Amex Stadium. And it's half-time in the 3 o'clock focus. So your scores on the doors then. Brighton 1, Newcastle 0, Burnley 1, Leeds United 0, Crystal Palace 0, Bournemouth 2, Manchester City 0, Everton 0, and Sunderland 1, Wolves 0. Those are the half-time scores. It is half-time in the 3 o'clock focus. Chat, get popping away now. Come on, chat to me. Chat to me, chat. That's what you're here for. It's half-time in the 3 o'clock focus, so I'm having a bit of a breather. Bournemouth really commanding at Selhurst Park. You do feel a bit of concern towards Palace, though, being 2-0 down against Bournemouth in such quick succession. And if Palace are to get back to winning ways, they will require 3 goals without reply from the Cherries. Well, folks, hard work calls for a Fox's jam and cream. Oh yeah. Wow. My favourite thing about Saturdays, these. So good. You need to have those biscuits. They're amazing. Oh my God. Fox's Jam and Creams hit the right spot. Oh, that's good. Oh, yeah. Yes, Jamesy. Yes, Jamesy. Yes, that is taking place, I think, next week on Super Sunday when I'm not here. And that will be at the same time as Arsenal against Crystal Palace, which I am in attendance for. Just a reminder, Super Sunday on the 26th of October will not be taking place on Realltom Football. I will be at the Emirates, Arsenal against Crystal Palace. And of course, in a couple of weeks' time, I'll be visiting Burnley at Turf Moor as well. Don't forget that I will be doing my first away experience as an Arsenal fan, and it's at Turf Moor. And don't worry, I've already booked first class of Fancy West Coast. It's all sorted, ready to go. Yes, I will be. So yes, my first ever Arsenal away trip is at Turf Moor. I won't forget, don't worry. So yes, that is a run of 3 Arsenal matches in a row that I will be attending, starting with the Arsenal Palace game. Burnley versus Arsenal, you can't watch it on Sky. No, it's a 3 o'clock kickoff. It's part of the 3 o'clock guarantee that I'm attending. I would not be going to Turf Moor if it wasn't a 3 o'clock kickoff. Trust me, I wouldn't be going. If it wasn't a 3 o'clock kickoff, I wouldn't be going. But because it is a 3 o'clock kickoff, I'm going. You think I want to go to Turf Moor when it's not when it's on telly? You're having a laugh, aren't you? No, the only reason I'm going is because it's not on telly. And I've got a 3 o'clock guarantee in place now. You'll need the streaming sites to watch Burnley versus Arsenal. 3 o'clock kickoff. But yes, Arsenal are on Sky today. And it's a 5:30 kickoff. No fan cams. No fan cams after 5:30 kickoff, I'm afraid. No, there'll be no fan cam today. There'll be no fan cam today. Right, folks, we're nearly at 4 o'clock already. Can you believe it? All right, we are going to read out the halftime scores then, whilst everything is quiet. Right, let's go into the Championship. Halftime scores at the break. Birmingham City 1, Hull City 2. The Hull City goal scorer to put them ahead before halftime was indeed Regan Slater, 2-1 Hull. Charlton Athletic 2, Sheffield Wednesday 0, Coventry City 0, Blackburn Rovers 0, Norwich City 0, Bristol City 0, Sheffield United 0, Watford 0, Stoke City 1, Wrexham 0, and West Bromwich Albion 1, Preston North End 0. Blackpool 1, Wycombe Wanderers 0, Bradford City 2-1 up against Barnsley. Did I get that goal? Late goal, Stephen Humphreys. Cardiff 0, Reading 1, Doncaster 1, Northampton Town 0, Luton Town 0, Mansfield Town 1, Argyle 1, Wimbledon 1, Rotherham United 0, Leyton Orient 0, Stockport County 1, Exeter City 0, and Wigan Athletic 0, Port Vale 0, but Wigan Athletic down to 10-man League 2. On we go. So, nope. Accrington Stanley 1, Swindon Town down to 10-men 0. Barnet 0, Notts County 0, Bristol Rovers 0, Tranmere Rovers 1, Chesterfield 1, Fleetwood Town 1 at the SMH Group Stadium. Colchester United on a comeback, 3-1 up against Harrogate Town. Hat-trick as well for young Harry Anderson. Grimsby Town 0, 10-man Gillingham 0. MK Dons 2, Crewe Alexandra 0. Shrewsbury 0, Crawley Town 0. Newport County 0, Cheltenham 1. And Walsall 0, Barrow 1. Those are your half-time scores across the EFL and the Premier League. We're going to get back into the 3 o'clock focus very shortly as the half-time whistle, the second half is going to start to get underway very soon, with the time now being 4 o'clock. Meanwhile, it's time for me to have a quick drink, prepare myself for another second half, another 45 minutes of reading out scores to you lovely people. Okay. We're nearly there now, folks. We're nearly there for the second half. Come on, man. Get me through it now. We're nearly there, man. We're nearly there. I tell you, we're nearly there. We're very, very nearly there. We're just waiting for the referees to blow their whistles on the second half. So once one game gets back underway, we will be back underway on this 3 o'clock focus. And we will not be leaving the Premier League screen until all the Premier League games are back underway. I wonder which one's going to get underway first. I mean, Brighton Newcastle was the last one to hit half-time, so that'll probably be the last one to kick off. We are going to get the scoreboards at the ready, people, because we are about to hopefully get a second half underway in our Premier League 3 o'clock focus. So let's get the boards at the ready, and we're waiting for the first second half whistle to be blown. The first kickoff in the second halves. Right, hang on a minute. Report is coming in on the Ange Postecoglou sacking by Nottingham Forest. So we are going to just take a very quick moment to listen to what has been going on now. Second half's underway at Selhurst Park and the Etihad. Just listening to this report on Ange Postecoglou's sacking now. Just still listening to this report, guys. Give me a minute. Okay, so what's happened then is that basically we can confirm to you that as soon as Ange Postecoglou walked down the tunnel at the City Ground after the full-time whistle and applauding the fans who were left in the stadium, Evangelos Marinakis and his team of staff had basically told him, "You're sacked, go and get it." And he was walked out to his car and he was off the premises within minutes of being sacked. So literally walked down the tunnel and off he goes in his car, not to come back. So that is the update on the stories that Ange Postecoglou immediately sacked after the full-time whistle at the City Ground. Right, folks, we are back underway for the 3 o'clock focus. So let's get your scoreboard back up on your screens. And we're just waiting as well because once again, I'm afraid Soccer Saturday have gone to adverts again. So we're going to have to wait for the advert break to finish. And then we will start reading out your scores for you once again. But meanwhile, we can just keep an eye on the 4 games that are underway at the minute. We're still awaiting the second half to get underway at the Amex Stadium. That had 5 minutes of added time on it. At the end of the first half, still 2-0 Bournemouth, still Burnley 1, Leeds 0, and City 0, Everton 0, and Sunderland looking for their second goal, you would think, against Wolverhampton Wanderers. Hey, Avanti West Coast advert. Right, back underway for Brighton against Newcastle now. The second half has got underway there. And as soon as Soccer Saturday come back on the screen, we will be on our way to reading out the scores for you and seeing what has happened in the early stages of the second halves in the EFL and any other leagues as well. By the way, do make sure we are smashing a like on the stream, please, people. Only 2 likes on the stream. Want 3 more at least. 5 likes is the minimum we expect. Come on, people. Smash that like button if you haven't already. Hit that subscribe button if you are new. And share the channel out with your friends. Still looking at the Sofa score screen to see if any goals come in before Soccer Saturday can be handed over to the duty of keeping me updated on the scores. All right, we're back underway on Soccer Saturday, so let's get back to reading out the scores for you. Here we go. Nice are leading Lyon in the first French Ligue 1 kickoff of the day. 1-0 Nice already against Olympique Lyonnais. And the goal has been scored by Melvin Bard on 5 minutes. So, Nice 1, Lyon 0 is the first goal in that 4 o'clock kickoff in Liga. In the Scottish Premiership, have we just had a goal for Hibernian? Nope. Thought we did. But let's go down to the EFL Championship, where there has been no changes to the scores as of yet. Early is the second halves in the EFL Championship. Let's go down to League One. So Blackpool 1, Wycombe Wanderers 0, and there has been an equaliser. In fact, there's been 2 equalisers. Cardiff City have equalised through Amari Kellyman in the 49th minute to make it 1-1 against Reading. So Cardiff City 1, Reading 1, and the other was Doncaster against Northampton, and the equaliser from Ethan Wheatley for Northampton to make it Doncaster 1, Northampton 1. All the rest goalless as things stand, and any others that we haven't read out, scores have not changed as of yet. In League 2, Accrington Stanley still 1-0 up against 10-man Swindon. Still Barnet 0, Notts County 0. 2-second goal for Tranmere Rovers, though. And Connor Jennings has scored the second, 51 minutes on the clock. And it's Bristol Rovers 0, Tranmere Rovers 2. And no changes in the rest. Scrolling back towards the Championship, where there's still no goal in the second halves. Let's go back up to the Premier League, where there has been no changes to the scorelines at all. And the scores remain: Brighton and Albion 1, Newcastle United 0, Burnley 1, Leeds United 0, Crystal Palace 0, AFC Bournemouth 2, Manchester City 0, Everton 0, and Sunderland 1, Wolves 0. And from what I'm being told, Palace are dominating but can't hit the net. Right, let's go back down then into the EFL once again. We'll see what the scores are looking like. Scottish Premiership, no changes. Still Hibernian 1, Livingston 1-0. Still Motherwell 1, Falkirk 0, Rangers 1, Dundee United 0, and still 0-0 between St Mirren and Aberdeen. Any changes in the Championship, still Birmingham City 1, Hull City 2, still Charlton Athletic 2, Sheffield Wednesday 0, Coventry 0, Blackburn 0, Norwich 0, Bristol City 0, Sheffield United 0, Watford 0, Stoke 1, Wrexham 0, and West Brom 1, Preston 0. No changes in the EFL Championship. Let's go down into EFL League 1. Any changes? No changes in League 1. What about League 2? Any changes? Any changes at all? Any of them? Any changes? No changes in League 2. No changes in League 2. Let's go down into the Vanarama National League then and check on the scores there very quickly. Vanarama National League scores then: Aldershot 1, Tamworth 1, Altrincham 1, Woking 2, Boreham 1, Eastleigh 0, Boston 0, Scunthorpe 0, Brackley down to 10 men 0, Gateshead 0, Morecambe 0, Southend United 2, Yeovil 3-0 down against Rockdale, Truro 0, Halifax 0, and York 2, Wealdstone 0. Goal for Boston against Scunthorpe, who lead now 1-0 Boston. Scrolling back up to VAR check in progress. VAR check in progress. Palace Bournemouth. VAR check in progress. VAR check in progress. Palace Bournemouth. So VAR check in progress. Right, on Palace Bournemouth. I'm listening to Mike Dean right now tell us what's going on. So we're just going to wait. Palace Bournemouth VAR check in progress. We aren't going anywhere until this is sorted. So VAR check in progress. Palace Bournemouth. That check has been complete. So we'll get the update on the decision momentarily. So Jared Gillett has gone to the monitor and he has stuck with his on-field decision at Selhurst Park. It was a red card VAR check. So VAR check is complete And the on-field decision stands back where we were. Palace nil, Bournemouth 2. On we go. And Haruto, welcome to you. How you doing? Good to see you. Welcome aboard. Goal for Coventry. Goal for Coventry. Good Lord, finally. And Middlesbrough fans will now be feeling a bit down. Coventry 1-0 up at home. And they are against Blackburn Rovers. The goal scorer for Coventry City is Victor Torp. Coventry City 1, Blackburn Rovers 0. If all stays the same, they'll be going up to the top of the league once again. Down we go into League One. Any changes? Let's have a look for you, lovely people. Wimbledon have turned it around at home park. Argyle 1, Wimbledon 2. And Marcus Brown with the latest goal on 52 minutes. It is 2-1 Wimbledon. Wigan Athletic, despite being down to 10 men, are 1-0 up against Port Vale. 10-man Wigan then through Malice Asamoah. 1-0 up against Port Vale, who are a man up. League 2. Any changes? Yes, Grimsby have scored. And it's a penalty from Charles Vernon to put Grimsby 1-0 up against Gillingham. So Grimsby 1, Gillingham 0. MK Dons 3-0 up now against Crewe Alexandra. Alex Gilby with his second of the day to make it 3-0 to MK Dons. Oh, Rotherham have just scored against Leyton Orient. We'll find out who the goal scorer is in a moment. But we need to scroll back up to the Premier League because Soccer Saturday have gone to adverts. Oh, we'll get back to the Rotherham game later. Manchester City have scored. Erling Haaland with the goal. Erling Haaland has got the goal for Manchester City. 1-0 to Manchester City then. Erling Haaland. And City 1 up against Everton. There you go. Erling Haaland for City. Who would be surprised? Who would be surprised? City 1, Everton 0, Erling Haaland. So there will be no goalless draw on this 3 o'clock focus. There you go. Erling Haaland with that goal for Manchester City. I'm going to quickly adjust the lighting in this room, or am I? No, I'll leave it for a bit. Right, we're just waiting on Soccer Saturday to get back on our screens so that we can move on to reading out the scores once again. But Erling Haaland, Manchester City 1, Everton 0 is the latest score. Sorry, Haruso. Any more goals in the Premier League? Still having a look for you lovely people. Soccer Saturday are going to be coming back on the screen very shortly. And once they do, we'll go back to reading out scores for you because Soccer Saturday in my ear is exactly what I need to be able to read out all the scores to you people. Soccer Saturday are back. Let's get back to reading out scores. Here we go. A 2-0 Olympiacos now. That will be a more happy Mr. Marinakis. His other club doing well. Olympiacos 2-0 up against AEL. Down into the Championship then. It is Coventry now 2 up against Blackburn Rovers. And in a moment, I have got some good news for Sheffield United fans. But first, Brandon Thomas Asante has made it 2-0 to Coventry. 2 goals in 2 minutes. Coventry City 2, Blackburn Rovers 0. Surely they're going top of the league. Sheffield United 1-0 up against Watford. Can you believe it? Callum O'Hare with the opener for Sheffield United. And West Bromwich Albion have doubled their lead against Preston North End. Isaac Price with the second goal for West Brom. They lead 2-0 against Preston. Down into League One then. Let's have a look for you. Is that an update on Bradford Barnsley? No, it is not an update. Scores are now Luton 0, Mansfield 2. There's just been a goal for Wickham as well. We'll talk about that in a minute. But first, Tyler Roberts has scored a penalty for Mansfield to make it 2-0 to Mansfield at Kenilworth Road. Then we've had a goal for Wickham, which has not stood. However, there is a goal right now. Cheltenham have just scored in League Two. Who has scored the second? Is it Luke Young for brace or is it somebody else? Cheltenham 2-0 up either way. And any changes in the other games in League Two? No. Well, whilst we wait for that Cheltenham goal scorer to be confirmed for you people, yes, Haaland scored the goal for Manchester City. In fact, it's now City 2, Everton 0. It's 2 quick goals. And Haaland on a brace. City now commandingly in front against Everton. So City 2, Everton 0. So there you go. Erling Haaland, 2-0 Manchester City. And we're still waiting on a Palace response. And just as I said it, Palace have responded. It's 2-1 to Bournemouth. A goal back for Crystal Palace. About time. Let's find out who the Palace goal scorer is. So we'll get that goal confirmed for you in a minute. I am going to put the lights on because it is getting a bit dark in this room. But we'll find out who the Palace goal scorer is for you all. Still waiting for that goal scorer confirmation for the goal back for Crystal Palace. Still waiting on the confirmation as well. Yeah, 2-0 down now. There's still no goal scorer confirmation for Palace. Okay. So there's a check on the goal. Okay. Well, we'll wait. We'll wait. Have Palace got their goal back, or is VAR going to disallow it? So Palace Bournemouth in VAR again. We're not moving anywhere until we get the result of this goal. Mateta is the man who scored the goal, and the goal does stand for Crystal Palace. And it's game on. There you go. Goal back for Palace then. They are now back in the game. Let's go back down to the Championship. Well, I'm missing the Bundesliga though. Hang on a minute. Heidenheim 2, Bremen 2. All finished between Köln and Augsburg. 1-1. Wow, what a game. Mainz 5-3. Leverkusen 4. 3-0 Stuttgart, and Leipzig got their win over HSV. Lyons still 1-0 down against Nice. Into the Scottish Premiership, 2-0 Hibs. And a 52nd minute penalty from Jamie McGrath made it 2-0 Hibs. 1-1 Motherwell Falkirk. Equaliser from Calvin Miller for Falkirk. All the rest, no changes. And let's take a check on the EFL Championship. Any score changes for you people? No. League One. Yes. Bradford 2, Barnsley 2 is the latest score. And Patrick Kelly has scored an equaliser for Barnsley for the second time in this game. Bradford City 2, Barnsley 2, and Cardiff. Have they just found the lead against Reading? Yes, they have. Yusuf Saleh, 2-1 Cardiff City against Reading. And no further changes. Let's check on League 2. Any changes for you? 2 red cards for Gillingham, by the way. They are now down to 9 men in that game. And Barrow 2-0 up again with 10 men against Walsall. Charlie McCann scored the goal, 68 minutes. And there's also been a red card in that game as well. Walsall 0, 10-man Barrow 2. Daichi Kamada, yeah, nice. No, I haven't. Let's do a quick lineup flash. Fulham against Arsenal is the Saturday night football. Coming your way at 5:15 on Realltom Football. 5:30 is the kickoff time. Let's have a look at the hang on a minute. Palace have equalised. Big moment. And Jean-Philippe Mateta, 5 minutes, sees 2 goals for him. Crystal Palace 2. AFC Bournemouth 2. And the comeback is ignited. Two. Crystal Palace 2, Bournemouth 2. Oh, another goal coming in. Burnley Leeds 2-0. They don't want us to read out the Arsenal lineups. Burnley 2, Leeds United 0 is the next score coming through for you lovely people. Burnley 2, Leeds United 0. Second goal scorer for Burnley then is Loam Tashuna. Either way, Burnley 2-0 up. There you go. Back then to reading out scores and reading our chat. And now it's time, folks, for your lineups for this afternoon, for this evening's Saturday night game, which sees Arsenal take on Fulham at Craven Cottage. Here's the team news. Right, so in goal then for Fulham this evening is Burnley. In goal, a back four today, Timothy Castagna, Joachim Anderson, Jorge Quensa, and Ryan Sessegnon playing behind the midfield, which is split into two parts, seeing a defensive two of Sander Berger and Tom Carey behind the attacking three of Harry Wilson, Josh King, and Alex Iwobi. Then leading the front by himself is yellow striker of Raul Jimenez, and on the bench for Fulham. Half-time, they're going for adverts, by the way, on Soccer Saturday. Benjamin Lecomte, Kenny Sete, Calvin Bassey, Issa Diop, Emile Smith-Rowe, Harrison Reed, Kevin, Adama Traore, and Jonah Kusiasar on the bench. Sasa Lukic was doubtful, but has managed to make the team. Has he? No, he hasn't. Sorry, ignore me. Raul Jimenez was doubtful. I don't think he's made it either. Samuel Chukwueze didn't make it, doubtful. Anthony Robinson and Rodrigo Menez out altogether. No further questions asked, really. For the Arsenal, then, it is David Raya who begins in goal. A back four today, seeing Urian Timber, William Saliba, the best centre-back in the world, Gabriel Magalhaes, and Ricardo Calafiori in the back four. Behind the midfield three, Martin Zubimendi was having fitness doubts, but he is fit to start. That is good news because, as you can see, he was a massive doubt today, Martin Zubimendi, but he has made the team and joins Declan Rice and Ebere Eze in midfield. And the front three, Bukayo Saka keeping his fitness up and stays in the lineup alongside Leandro Trossard and Victor Gyökeres on the bench. Is Kepa Arrizabalaga, Ben White, Miles Lewis-Skelly, Christian Norgard, Christian Mosquera, Mikel Merino, Ethan Nwaneri, Max Dowman, Gabriel Martinelli, Martin Odegaard out, Noni Madueke out of injury, Gabriel Jesus, Kai Havertz, and Piero Hincapié all out for us. No surprises there whatsoever. So Fulham against Arsenal, 5:15. You can join us for it. Those are your team news. Back into the Scottish Premiership, where Rangers have been pegged back, and it's more annoyance for the Ibrox crowd because Rangers are really struggling at home at the minute, and it's 1-1. Dundee United through Christian Trapanovsky have equalised. It's 1-1 on 66 minutes. EFL Championship, Birmingham have gone down to 10 men, whilst being 2-1 down. Not a great situation because the man who's been sent off is a defender, Jack Robinson. Charlton Athletic have conceded a goal. It's 2-1 to them. Jamal Lowe with the goal back for Sheffield Wednesday. Still Coventry 2, Blackburn 0. Norwich have conceded at Carrow Road. Bristol City through Mark Sykes are ahead. 1-0 Bristol at Carrow Road. Still Stoke 1, Wrexham 0. And still West Bromwich Albion 2, Preston North End 0. And Sheffield United still holding their lead over Watford. Burton, no. League One. Blackpool still 1-0 up against Wycombe Wanderers, still Bradford 2, Barnsley 2, Cardiff City still 2-1 up against Reading. Northampton look to have taken the lead through a 67-minute penalty from Sam Hoskins and 2-1. No changes all the rest. Accrington Stanley, have they gone 2-0 up most recently? Yes, they have. Who's the goal scorer for Accrington Stanley? Remains to be seen. We'll check back on that one in a moment's time. Bristol Rovers have conceded a third. Tranmere have scored their third. Connor Jennings with a brace. 3-0 Tranmere away to Bristol Rovers. Still Chesterfield 1, Fleetwood Town 1 at the SMH Group Stadium. Barrow have scored to make it 2-1 through Charlie McCann in the 68th minute. And No changes, but let's go back to Accrington's game, where we are yet to have a goal scorer confirmation for their second goal against Swindon. So, back up to the Premier League then. I heard a few groans then on Soccer Saturday. No changes yet in the Premier League, but Palace are coming close to getting that winning goal, people. I know it is so exciting. And oh my God, they've scored. They have scored. Crystal Palace are the comeback kings today. Crystal Palace 3, AFC Bournemouth 2. And is it a hat-trick for Jean-Philippe Mateta? We'll find out. So, hang on a minute there. We're waiting so patiently for the goals scorer confirmation. It's so exciting. Palace, I think the goal's been ruled out. Dundee have gone 2-1 up. We're just waiting on any confirmations with the Palace game. We're going to get the update now on the Palace-Bournemouth game. Ruled out. There you go. Right. No goal. Palace. Come on, Palace. Scottish Premiership. Latest goal. Dundee United are ahead against Rangers. And who's the latest scorer? Craig Sibbald with the goal that puts Dundee United ahead. And they are 2-1 up at Ibrox. Down we go. The Championship. Any changes? I'm really keeping an eye on that Palace game, so I'm trying to be quick here. There's been a goal back for Preston North End. Michael Smith with a goal back. It is 2-1 to West Bromwich Albion. League One, any changes to the scores? No. League Two, any changes to the scores? 4-0 Tranmere Rovers. That's one happy Mike Dean as a Tranmere Rovers supporter. And Josh Davison has the fourth goal for Tranmere Rovers. And Tranmere 4-0 up away to Bristol Rovers. Josh Davison, latest scorer. No other changes. Newcastle have equalised. Nick Voltamara. 1-1. Brighton Newcastle. Voltamara scores. And Brighton peg back. Luke Links sulking. Are we going to get that winning goal from Crystal Palace? I really hope so. I really hope so. Right then, the Soccer Saturday has gone to an advert break, so it's all eyes on Crystal Palace 2, Bournemouth 2. But when will it be 3-2? We ask that question because we so badly want Palace to get that win. So let's go over to it right now and let's pin it to the top of our screens. Just a reminder for you all, 5:15 is the time you can join us in around about 35 minutes' time. Fulham against Arsenal is your late Saturday game. Live on Realltom Football, all the build-up, 5:15. Kickoff is at 5:30. And come on, you Gunners, I should be saying. I'm so desperate for Palace to score here. We are so looking for Palace to score. Right, we're going to take a very quick move away from the Palace game because I do want to check to see how many shots on target both Danny Welbeck and Nick Voltamada have had. Let's have a little look at both of these two guys' stats because there is a price boost worth £6 if only one for Nick Voltamada. But what about Danny Welbeck? One shot on target. So both of those two, so yeah, if they can both have one more shot on target each, sorry, that's £8.25 on that one. What about the Palace? Oh, my word. The Palace one is going to be, if Palace win, let's take a little brief skim. Right, the Soccer Saturday are back, and that means we're going to go back to reading out scores, but we need to keep an eye on Palace's game because, I mean, when do we not keep an eye on Palace at the minute, for Christ's sakes? Changes in the Scottish Premiership see Falkirk take the lead on a comeback against Motherwell. Calvin Miller has scored the first for them. Scott Arfield looks like he's got the winner. Motherwell 1, Falkirk 2 in the Scottish Premiership. Any changes in the EFL Championship? No changes in the EFL Championship. Let's go down into League One. Blackpool 1, Wickham 0. Bradford 2, Barnsley 2. Any changes? Oh, so close, Palace. No changes in League One. Accrington, is that a third goal for them? Goal back for Bristol. We'll talk about that in a minute. Accrington, Paddy Madden's, no. 4-1, Bristol Rovers, 1 back against Tranmere Rovers. And Alfie Chang's got that goal back. Purely a consolation, it would seem. Oh, we're so desperate. We're so desperate. We are just waiting for that sofa score to just flash. Free Soup Palace. Oh. Oh, my word. Honestly, it is mental. It is mental. I will literally go mad if Palace score. Penalty. Penalty for Crystal Palace. Penalty for Crystal Palace. Oh, my word. Penalty for Crystal Palace. Wow, wow, wow. Oh, hang on. VAR checking it. Of course they are. Of course VAR have to ruin the party. Hibs go 3-0 up. Hibs Latest scorer, Junior Hoylett. Come on, Palace. Crystal Palace. Whoa. Crystal Palace. We want you to win. We want you. Oh, Brighton have scored. Oh, I don't like to see that. Boo. Don't want Brighton to win. I want Palace to win. Don't give a shit about Brighton. Oh, well, who scored? Brighton goal scorer is... Brighton goal scorer is Danny Welbeck. Number 2 for him. Number 2, Danny Welbeck. Way. Luke Links will be cheering away in the Amex. Well done. Brighton 2-1 Newcastle. Whoop-de-doo. Oh, 2-1. Yeah, 2-1. There you go. For God's sakes. Oh, Palace. You're really making me clutch here. I'm going to read out the scores one last time and hopefully the Palace score changes whilst I'm doing so. Right. Any changes in the EFL Championship? No. Any changes in League One? No changes. And what about League Two? Is that a third for MK Dons? It is, but I've already seen it. Shrewsbury have scored 1-0 against Crawley. William Boyle. Maybe he works at Boyle Sports. Oh, well, 1-0. I can't keep my eyes off this Palace game at the minute. Oh, you must be kidding. It's the wrong bloody team who scored. It's Bournemouth who scored. Shit. That's not good. That's not good. Ryan Christie, you bitch. Shite. Bloody hell. Give me like 10 minutes at a time, please, on that game, so that Palace can score 2 more goals. Come on. Shit. Yeah, I don't. I need Palace to win. Let's check on the shots on target. Has Nick Walter-Mada added a second shot on target to match Danny Welbeck and give me £8.25? No. We need one more shot on target from Nick Voltamada. Please. And Danny Welbeck, we know you've had 2 shots on target. Yes. Well done, Danny. Buggering. Oh, I'm so annoyed now, but Bournemouth. Right, Sue's just said Baltamada maybe has had a shot on target now. Let's have a little look again. Nick Baltamada, have you just given me £8.25? No, you haven't. Shot was blocked. Buggery. One more. Come on, one more, Nick. Get it on target. Paul Merson says Haaland's away. They nearly made it 3-0 Manchester City. They nearly made it 3-0. Sunderland looking like they're going to get their win over Wolves. I'm keeping an eye on Nick Voltamada. If he can get that one more shot on target, that would be beautiful. Two Rangers Dundee United. And my AirPod has died. Right, bear with me for 1 second whilst I just switch the AirPods. That's why I only wear one. And it is a shout from Clinton Morrison here that we are... Right, back up to the top. I can't... Kamar Singh is here. How are you doing? Oh, man, I am so annoyed at Bournemouth. If Nick Walter-Marlowe can get one more shot on target, I will be a happy man because that will return me £8.25. Still no shot on target for Nick Walter-Marlowe. We need one more. Two-0 Sunderland, 2-0 Sunderland. And it's an own goal from Ladislav Krejci, playing 90+2, own goal. And Sunderland 2, Wolverhampton Wanderers 0. Game is over. Sunderland have got their win. Coventry have won 2-0. Middlesbrough will be disappointed, but it's Coventry back to the top of the championship table. 2-0 to Sunderland over Wolverhampton Wanderers. And once again, own goal by Craig Sheen. Looking like Burnley going to get a clean sheet against Leeds. Right, back to Nick Waltamada. Have you please got a shot on target now for me? Oh, his rating's got up to 7.5. Has he got a shot on target? No. Penalty to Palace. Penalty to Palace. Just a reminder, your next match on Realltom Football, 5:15 start, 20 minutes time. Fulham against Arsenal. Come on, you Gunners. All the build-up, 5:15 on Realltom Football. This is a 1/10, 3 o'clock focus here. Clinton's saying penalty all day long. Yes, 2 o'clock. A kick-off, 1:45 start for us on Realltom Football. And Nicky Voltamada, will you please just get one more shot on target and you can give me £8.25 because that would be amazing. And 3-3 Palace Bournemouth, penalty converted. And let me guess, it's a hat-trick for John Philip Mateta. Manchester City Everton 2-0 is the final score. And John Philip Mateta has got a hat-trick level between Palace and Bournemouth. And on we go in the 3 o'clock focus. Mateta is taking home the match ball, 3-3. Have we had a shot on target from Nick Voltamada? No. But if Palace can win, then I won't care. There is literally no time for me to check on any of the other scores now. We are Premier League only now at this point. The final whistle has gone at the Etihad once again. Manchester City 2, Everton 0. Erling Haaland with both the goals. Big win for City. Burnley are about to get a clean sheet and beat Leeds United by 2-0. Sunderland just about to beat Wolverhampton Wanderers as well. That's a long while away yet, Kamar. Right, we're going to check on Voltamada again. Yes, I keep saying that name because if he gets just one more shot on target, his rating's gone to 7.6. Ah, you're annoying me. You really are annoying me. There's more chance of Palace winning now than bleeding Voltamada getting a shot on target. We're about to get a final whistle at Turf Moor, I think. Burnley, looking at, final score. Burnley 2, Leeds United 0. Oh, Palace have just missed a sitter. Oh. Oh, it's finished. 3-3 Palace. Brighton, Newcastle over. Yeah, neither of these prize boosts are coming through. Right, folks, it is 5 o'clock. Sunderland are just about to beat Wolves 2-0. But next up, folks, 5:15, in literally 15 minutes' time, Arsenal are against Fulham. Do join us, 5:15.